Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you two different looks, one on each eye, drugstore and non-drugstore, and how to blend out makeup. So we just used a bit of concealer mixed with my foundation to make a base. We can use this for the primer, and now we're using the Huda Beauty makeup palette. I'm going to do that eye first, okay? I'm just going in with that shade there, and we're just going to be blending that out, okay? And that is the shade Demure in the Rose Gold Remastered palette. So you can see a slight difference. This eye is going to be a little bit more rosy, a bit more pinky, and the other one's going to be a bit more natural, okay? So we're just blending that in, building it up a little bit, using that same brush, okay? Nothing too crazy at the moment. And then we're using a normal brush that we use to just blend in that foundation and concealer. This way, you're using the same colour that you're going to be using with your foundation, but it's a little bit brightening, so it's going to show that colour up a little bit more as well. Okay, so next we're using that dark colour called Cocoa, and we're using that just to extra blend it in, give it a bit more depth, and there we are. So I'm just giving that a really good blend. The key really is to just keep blending, use a couple of different shades. You don't really have to use different palettes if you're doing something quite matte, and that's what I like in this palette though, is because it comes with different shades. You've got the mattes, you've got the shimmers, and you've got the foils, which are lovely. But obviously I said we're doing something a bit simple today. This one's a little bit different compared to the one that's going to be on my other eye, but so far we're still sticking with something quite simple. See, I'm just blending that out and just, you know, going with circular motions. The key really is to just keep on blending. That's all you can really do. You don't need to have like expensive brushes or too many brushes. If you use just a few, you're good to go. As long as you're wiping them down whenever you use them. Always wash your brushes. Like if I'm going to do my makeup tomorrow, I'm going to wash these brushes tonight, just to make sure you don't get any residue, because it can cause problems with your skin and nobody really wants that. So okay, so I'm just going in with a small brush. You want to kind of use like a really small brush, and I'm going in again with that shade Cocoa, and what I'm doing is to just give it a bit of depth. We're then going in with a bit of suede and henna too, so that just gives it a bit more. And I like to line my lash line with a colour just because it kind of helps define my eye a bit more. And then we're going in and just putting it on the crease as well, just to blend it all in together. So I've been doing this for years, since I was in high school. I like to just sort of line my my lash line with an eyeshadow and not an eyeliner. This way it's really natural, it's subtle, and it just gives a bit more definition to that line when we put the mascara on and our eyelashes. Now we're not doing eyelashes today, giving myself a bit of a break with the eyelashes. Maybe that'll be a different video, but so far this is what we're doing, okay? So also done with that, we're just going to go in with some mascara. This can be any mascara really. I like this one just because it gets really close to the root of the lash, but it's really up to you. It's just the one I had on hand. Another eyelash mascara I really like is the Benefit, I think it's the Roller Lash. That is my favourite. I am running out, so I didn't use it today, but it is the best. If you're wanting something a bit, you know, you don't want something that's cheap, go for that one. That is the best for me. Okay, so we're just setting that in, and I used the Makeup Revolution London Translucent Loose Setting Powder, talc-free and no flashback, and it's also water resistant. I just went in with some concealer, the same concealer I used on my eyes, and we're just going in and setting it. Okay, so we're on to the next eye now, and I'm using the Roxxsaurus contour and highlight palette. So a lot of people do like to do this where you add depth, you add dimension, and we're not using eyeshadow. I really like this on a day-to-day, if I'm going to work, whenever I'm in the salon, I like to do this. Something simple, it's not too crazy, it's really nice, it's really soft, and that palette's cheap, and you get a lot in that palette. You can add a bit of highlight to the brow bone afterwards, whatever you like. It's got so many different shades in there. I think I got the light one, because I think they do two. I think they do a light and a dark, so I got the light one, and I think they've got a darker one for people that have got a bit darker skin. I am very pale, so I don't need that one. Okay, so we're just blending that in. You guys saw the shade I was going into there. They're really nice. If you want something a little bit more heavy, you can go into the darker shades at the bottom. I just like to stick to those two mainly. Okay, and then we're just going in with a little bit more just to line that lash line again. Just because I really like that sort of effect it has. And now I'm swooping that out a little bit, so it just gives a bit more of a wing slightly, and then I'm going in and setting that again. Okay, and then we're going in with the darkest shade in the contour palette, and I'm going under my bottom lid, just to give it extra dimension to the face, to the eye shape. I think this really complements most eye shapes because it makes the whole eye look quite long. It's really nice for any sort of time, really. It's not anything you don't have to worry about. Now I'm going in, I wanted to do something a bit different here. I went in with the shade Man Eater on my second eye, and that is just to give it, I thought it would look quite cool with my hair. I just thought it was a bit different. I'm just going in with a small brush again, just to add a bit more dimension, add a bit more. I want to show you guys the difference on how you can make it a little bit less subtle, a bit more subtle, just something to add a bit of difference. And I'm really glad with how these two came out. Going back in with that mascara, and yeah, so I'm just going to show you guys the finished look. Something simple. Hope you guys liked it.